there. Morning, everyone. Morning. It's great to be here with Ben because there is no one better to be your first mayor than Ben Bradley, everyone. I tell you, not only did Ben literally create this role, he also has a track record of bringing in investment. As a leader of Nottinghamshire County Council, he secured billions of pounds, and in this role, he'll have £4 billion to invest in driving growth, jobs and opportunity in the region. And the £1.5 billion that he'll have to invest in local transport is the largest amount that the government has ever given up front to any combined authority. Now, Ben, as you know, Ben also knows this area like the back of his hand. Unlike his opponent, who was the MP for, you know it, Watford. Now, Ben's going to be a great mayor, and he's going to join other great Conservative mayors, like Ben Houchin in Teesside, delivering for his community after years of neglect under the Labour Party, saving the airport, securing a free port, providing jobs and investment, making sure the high streets and town centres get the investment that they deserve, and making sure the Treasury set up a campus in Darlington. That, my friends, is levelling up in action. And then you go over to the West Midlands, where we've got the great Andy Street. And Andy Street is delivering for his community, making sure that he secures more investment than Wales and Scotland combined. He's making sure that there are billions being invested in local transport, and he is smashing his housing targets, all whilst protecting the Green Belt. And I also know that Keane Duncan up in my area in North Yorkshire is going to do a fantastic job across the board. That is Conservative mayors delivering for their communities. Right. Now, in contrast, just look at what's happening in London with Sadiq Khan. More interested in virtue signalling than actually delivering. Failing on crime, failing on housing, and his transport policy is to tax motorists off the road and rename train lines, for goodness sake. And whilst Andy and Ben don't charge their residents a penny in extra council tax, Sadiq Khan saddles his constituents with £400 in extra bills. It just goes to show, what do you get with Labour? They tax you more and deliver less. Yeah. And it's the same across our councils too. Just look what's happening here. Nottingham Council effectively bankrupt. After having a fire sale of assets, they still can't balance the books, in contrast to the incredibly well-run Conservative Nottinghamshire County Council. Whenever Labour runs something, they run it into the ground. In Birmingham, they've effectively bankrupted the largest local authority in Europe. They've saddled their constituents with a 21% council tax rise. That is not a typo, 21% council tax rise. And what do they get for that? Hundreds of job losses, services slashed, street lights being dimmed or switched off, making the streets less safe. And they're not even going to collect the rubbish as much as they used to, and they're going to charge you when the rats come to take the rats away. That is what you get. And in spite of all of that, what have they still done? They've still appointed an equality, diversity and inclusion czar on a six-figure salary. It just goes to show Labour's priorities are not the priorities of the British people, my friends. And it's not just councils. We've also got incredibly important police and crime commissioner elections on May the 2nd. And these roles are important. They're a big part of the reason that we've brought crime down by half since 2010. And always remember this, if you're living under a Labour police and crime commissioner, you are 40% more likely to be a victim of crime than if you're living under a Tory one. Because we all know you are safer with the Conservatives. So look, we've got a great opportunity to elect fantastic Conservatives to deliver for their local communities in May. But we also have an opportunity to send a message to Keir Starmer. Because he is arrogantly taking the British people for granted, assuming that he can just stroll into number 10 without saying what he would do. Because we all know he can't tell you what he would do differently because he doesn't have a plan. So this May, we have that opportunity. We must vote. We must be able to say you can't take the British people for fools. What we won't let them do to your area, we won't let Labour do to your area, to the country, what they've done to Birmingham. That's what we Conservatives are going to stop, and that's why we're going to go out there and campaign for a fantastic Conservative future, a brighter future, led by fantastic mayors like Ben Bradley, all our councillors, all our PCCs. Let's get out there. Let's go and smash it.